Woo! Hey everybody, so today we're going to practice drawing something super fun, a really happy, silly, dancing giraffe. So, how I did mine, this is just my practice one, was just by drawing some simple shapes. We always start with shapes when we draw something. So what I did here was I started with an oval in the center for his body, and then I added 4 long, skinny rectangles for his arms. I drew mine, the top legs going out to the side like this to one direction, but you could have yours going like one on either side. They could be bent. You could have your legs going which way. Look at the cover. Look how silly this looks. So however you want to draw yours is going to be amazing. So one thing that you should notice about my drawing is that my giraffe fills up the whole paper, right? Because what do we know about giraffes? We know that they are very tall. So we don't want our giraffe to be super tiny like this on our page, okay? So we are going to get started. Okay, what you're going to need is a piece of paper. Since our giraffe is nice and tall, I would suggest to not put it like this, but to put it like this. If you have like notebook paper with lines, that's fine. You could use colored paper, anything will work. I would suggest using a pencil. If you have an eraser, that's good, but use whatever you have. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do to get started. So since we wanna make sure that our giraffe is really tall, a nice secret to use is draw a little line at the top here. That's gonna symbolize where we want the top of our giraffe to end. Okay, then you're gonna come down right to around here, and that's where we're gonna want his legs to end, okay? So somewhere in between that area, you're gonna want to place the body. So it can be a big circle or an oval. I like using an oval. So I'm gonna put it right in between those 2 lines that I just drew, right around here, okay? So here I go. Remember, the first time we draw something, it never usually comes out perfect, so don't get upset if yours doesn't come out great. You can practice drawing this all summer if you want. Okay, so I have my body. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add the head, and I'm gonna draw the head as an oval so I can see the side of his head like this, okay? But you see, this was a line. This was that line that I erased. So I'm gonna start at that line up here, and it's gonna go like this. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw the neck, because we don't want a floating head, right? We don't want the head to float away. So I'm gonna draw the neck coming out from the body, kind of going up like this, like slightly curved at the shoulders, kind of going up, connecting the body to the head. So I'm gonna go up like this. Your neck could be longer. I feel like I could have made the neck longer. Maybe I'll draw it like that next time. And now it's connected, okay? So let's see, what kind of features do giraffes have on their head? I was super curious about those weird little horns that are like furry. I'm like, are those antlers? Are they horns? Question. Does anybody know what those are called? I looked it up. They're called ossicones. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So they kind of come up like this, and they're a little bit rounded at the top. They're so cute, okay? So on either side of the little ossicones, you're gonna add triangle little ears like this. Okay? Next thing, I'm gonna add his mouth. And the mouth is gonna be going up like this. He's very happy because he's dancing. I'm gonna add some nostrils. You can draw your face however you want. This is how I'm gonna draw mine. Now, you could draw his eyes open, like 2 circles like this if you want, I think I like mine so they look like they're closed, so he's like really in the moment. And doesn't that look cute with his eyes closed? But it would also look cute with his eyes open. So however you want to do it. Okay, so now that I drew most of the features on the head, I'm gonna go in and get rid of that little line. I'm gonna color over it so it's okay if it's not erased completely. So another important thing is when we connect the shapes, we don't need this line anymore, okay? That was just to help us. So I'm gonna get rid of that line. I'm gonna do it as I go. I'm also gonna get rid of this line right here. And now the shapes all flow together. Now I gotta give him some leggy legs. So I'm gonna draw a leg on this side, kind of going up. Woo. You can literally draw your legs going any which way you want. Maybe, so on this one, I have them both going to one side, but I think on this one, I'm gonna have one going up and one coming down. All right, now I'm gonna go like this. See, that looks cool too. It really doesn't matter. Now I'm gonna draw the legs. Okay, start over here. Now remember this line down here that we put. We want our legs to come all the way down here. We don't want his legs to be tiny, okay? Because that wouldn't make sense, right? Because giraffes are long and tall. So I'm gonna draw two lines next to each other. When you draw two lines that run side by side, that's called parallel. So two parallel lines. How do I want to draw this leg? I could draw it like this. I could draw it like this. I think I'm going to make it bent at the knee and kind of coming out like boop. It's going to be totally different than the first one. I'm just going to go with it. Why not? Okay. Okay, I like it. And now just what I did, do you remember how I erased this part and this part? You see where they connect? I'm going to get rid of that little line. Okay, now he needs some hooves, okay? So his hooves are kind of like triangles, and they kind of have like a little crease at in the center. Okay, we are almost done. Woohoo! I kind of like the way this is looking. Okay, now if you add some lines like this, I feel like it makes it look like he's moving or shaking. So I'm gonna add some of those lines. Awesome. Okay, so now that we've come this far, if all you have is a pencil, you could add some big giraffe spots, and that's gonna look really, really cool. You could add some grass. You could add maybe some music notes. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, why not some music notes? You could add like a sun or anything in the background. You can add other animals dancing. I have some crayons here, so I'm going to use them. So if you have crayons or markers or colored pencils, or maybe you only have like some crayons that aren't these colors, that's okay. It could be a blue giraffe. That would be awesome too. Okay, so I'm going to add some spots. They can be big spots, they can be small spots. Oh, and giraffes kind of have like a mane like this, some hair, so I want to add a little bit of that along the back side of his neck. If you have time, you could use a marker and you could outline all of these lines, or you could also do it with a crayon. Make sure you get those little spots all down his legs. Okay. I like the way that looks. Maybe I'll go like this. See, I'm outlining. Okay. Okay, see, I could go like this and outline it, but I don't want this video to take 20 minutes, so I'm gonna keep going. All right, now I'm gonna use my yellow. Now notice that I put the spots underneath. You could put the yellow down first and then put the spots, whichever way you wanna do it. But I chose to do it this way. And what's cool about crayons is that they blend together. You can just color right over top of your spots. Okay, almost done. Who remembers what giraffes' horns are called? Ossicones. Okay, now last thing, I'm gonna add his little hooves. I'm gonna use black. You could use gray. You could just color them in with your pencil. That would actually look pretty cool. You could use brown. I think I'm just gonna use this black crayon that I have. Cool. All right, now what you want to put in the background is totally your choice. I just added some grass down here. What should we put? I don't know. I think I feel like making this one abstract. And maybe I'll just add some fun stuff in the background. Maybe I'll add some grass. So this was so fun to draw. I hope you had fun too. All right, thank you so much. Good luck.